It's another top five special, and you'd be forgiven for thinking this was a home game at the Jungle. The Tigers fans are here in their thousands. All they need now is a Castleford win to make it the perfect day, but the Broncos need the points for their own playoff ambitions. Yes, the Castleford Jungle has decamped and headed south. This is London SE7, but you'd be forgiven for thinking you're in West Yorkshire. Thanks to the innovation of the Tigers' main sponsors, there are more than 7,000 Castleford fans here. It is a London home game, but you would be forgiven for thinking otherwise, because all you can see is the yellow and black and Tarzan and Jane from Castleford. So it's got the makings of quite a night in prospect. First, the other results so far. Friday, Hull 26, Warrington 12, Leeds 36, Halifax 22. Earlier today, Wakefield Wildcats, great fight against the Saints. Wakefield 22, St Helens 30, Wigan 52, Salford City Reds 20, and Bradford and Huddersfield Sheffield kick off the same time or thereabouts as us here at the Valley. We'll keep you posted on the scores from the Odsal Stadium. This is the table then, and St Helens now with that 1 point lead over Wigan. Bradford, they are not too far behind, but their match is taking place at the moment with the Huddersfield Sheffield Giants. Castleford are fourth. They'll consolidate their position in the top five if they win. Hull have snuck into the top five courtesy of the win over Warrington on Friday, and as you can see, if London do happen to win here tonight, well, they're right in the hunt for the top five places as well. Leeds have made a bit of ground this weekend also. Here are the teams. The Broncos have Wharton at fullback, Napoli, Crowthers, Toshak and Peters. No John Timu, he's out injured in training yesterday. Young Peter Lupton's alongside Tulson Tollett at half-back. And the forwards, it's Justin Dooley, John Clark Steele, Retchless, Andrew Wynyard and Andrew Johnson, the second row, and Carl Hammond is the London captain and loose forward. And the bench is occupied by Dean Calloway, Anthony Seibold, Paul Davidson and Glenn Eyre. The coach is John Money. Now the Tigers, Flowers at fullback, Wells, Eager, Campbell and Barry. John Mather makes his return to the Super League scene. We haven't seen him on Sky Sports in a rugby league jersey for a while. It's Danny Orr and Brad Davis. Up front, all the big guns are there. Sykes, Raper, Sampson, Harland, Fritz and Vowles the captain. And waiting on the bench, Shaw, Tonks, Lynch and McNally. Andy McNally will make his debut if he gets on. Coach is Stuart Raper. So what a night for the Castleford Tigers. Over 100 coaches have travelled south, bringing 7,000 Tiger fans to this particular part of the capital. It is a mini jungle here. They began the weekend 5 points adrift of third-placed Wigan. Well, Wigan have won this afternoon, so it's 7 points now, that gap. They must win here at all costs. And quite a statistic regarding the coach, Stuart Raper. He's in charge for the 100th time here tonight, and he has won 52 games so far. A terrific welcome for the Castleford Tigers as they made their way out here. An absolutely fantastic effort from the Castleford club, last year's Club of the Year in Super League. And their marketing manager, Michael McDonald, needs marks 10 out of 10 for all the work he and his staff have done here today. But what about the Broncos? Well, 15 months ago, London were beating Castleford to qualify for the Challenge Cup final at Wembley, and that was one of the great cup ties of all time. They're 6 points adrift of Halifax, who lost at Leeds on Friday, so they too must get something from this fixture. But it's a poor record that they bring into this match. 4 defeats in their last 5 matches, including last Sunday against Warrington in Newport, which remarkably was the 15th venue for a home game in the club's 20-year history. And there is John Money, the man currently in charge of team affairs at the London Broncos, one of the great coaches of the modern era. Match referee is Steve Ganson. And Stuart Raper, there he is. Just let's say once again, his 100th game in charge and his win ratio 52.6%. Well, he said to me last night, it's been a wonderful marketing exercise in the town of Castleford all week. There's no point, though, bringing 7,000 people 250 miles from home to go home beaten. So it's a mission for 2 points for the Tigers. They get us underway. Danny Orr with the kick-off. What a match, Steve-O, in prospect, and what a night for Castleford.
Certainly is. The atmosphere is absolutely tremendous out there, and I'm sure that both sides, they will lift. So important, of course, as you just mentioned, Stuart Raper, the coach of Castleford. They have to maintain. They know they've got to get these 2 valuable points to keep in that top 5.
It's the Broncos with the first use of this football, and Justin Dooley takes the tackle. That's John Clark, gets the ball away to his captain Hammond. This now Andrew Johnson. And almost up to halfway before Orr and Dale Fritz getting in with the tackle. John Clark again, Tolson Tollett, wide it goes to Hammond. His kicking game will be important tonight. That's a short kick, caught on the fly though by Jason Flowers.
Different option there by the loose forward, Carl Hammond. Standing second man out, but he received the ball. They were trying to kid Jason Flowers, a full-back. It was a shallow kick.
Dean Sampson drives Castleford over the halfway line. A great try against Leeds last week. That was their last match. They've had about 11 days to prepare for this, have the Castleford Tigers. Raper, the dummy half. Davis hands it on to Danny Orr. Orr then to Adrian Vowles. Good hands. This is Michael Eager. And good defence from London. Oh, and he's forced over the shale and onto the advertising hoardings far side.
Good work there. Happily the winger. And you can see that there was only one way he was going to go. And that was over the whitewash. Advertising hoarding. Pretty solid work. Solid defence from London. It's been a big problem for the London side. 54 tries they've conceded already this year.
And last time we were here, they gave St Helens a real fright. And John Mooney believes that his men are starting to get to grips with things in the way he coaches. This is Dominic Peters. Good tackle by Raper. He too has been in magnificent form. Johnson on the diagonal run, then he straightens it up. Good tackling by Danny Orr. Clark picks the ball over the top of Orr, finds Hammond. Hammond then helps it on to Dooley again.
Big problem there for Danny Orr. It looks as though his left arm hanging down limp.
Here's Toshak for the London Broncos, his 70th appearance for the club tonight, number 13. Clark dummy half, it's with Hammond, and he will float the kick out wide. Now Barry John Mathers out there, he's tall enough, and he is almost the man who claims it, but it's Michael Eager. Good chase by Andrew Johnson though to bring him down. Here is Lee Harlan now.
It had to be as well. Eager was nearly away there. He had the opportunity also to offload. He had support on the inside, missed opportunity.
Dale Fritz driving it in for the Tigers once again. And that's 4 tackles gone. Raper will attack down the blind side. Little kick over the top, inviting Wells to chase. He didn't give it up, neither did Raper. He flicks it back to Logan Campbell. Campbell back on the inside, but straight into the arms of Peter Lupton.
Johnny on the spot there. Lupton had to be as well. Well, the defence was just messing around. Dominic Peters, he got the worst bounce possible. That was great work by the hooker Aaron Raper. Big let-off.
Good play here from London before, in the end, Andrew Wynyard is hauled to the ground. Good scampering run from dummy half once again. And on that occasion it was Napoli. This is Johnson now. He finds Toshak. Johnson still there in support. Takes the flick pass, but Raper and 2 others around him. That's the last for London.
Pretty flat attack though. Really should be standing a little bit deeper.
Oh, that bounced off the backside of Tolson Tollett. He's offside.
He's offside. Come off the London man.
Well spotted by the referee Steve Ganson. Not the best kick from Hammond. Picking out his own player.
Come off the London man. Offside.
In the replay that
first one was accidental offside because it just hit Tolson Tollett in the backside, but the other man who picked it up stood in an offside position.
And the ball hit the man on the first occasion, which is Tolton Tollett. Right, Eddie.
This is Aaron Raper now. Castleford restart, 20 metres away. Davis misses out a few and finds Orr. He gives it width to Logan Campbell. He bounces off one, gets it away to Barry John Mather. Barry John Mather is tackled right on the touchline. He stays in the field of play though. Here come Castleford again with eager scrambling defence on show from the London Broncos. Raper to Danny Orr, misses out Sykes, finds Brad Davis. Davis to Dale Fritz. Good chase though by Toshak. Helped out also by young Peter Lupton. Now Dean Sampson, short ball to Flowers. Another good ball to Sykes, who will score the first try. Nathan Sykes scores the first try for the Tigers. The perfect start for the travelling army from the jungle. Nathan Sykes only his second try this year. The England international playing his 5th match in a row at prop forward from the start, and a good barging run to the line. Stuart Raper well pleased with that.
Great support play. Beautiful pass from Sampson. And when you come on to charge like that, it's pretty difficult to stop. But Sampson's pass there was absolutely outstanding to Jason Flowers. The big second rower, Sykes, takes the first try of the game. Great build-up, good finish.
And that was on the power play. They run it on the last tackle, Castleford. Nathan Sykes has forced his way back into the side. Now Danny Orr with this conversion attempt. His 99th appearance for the Tigers. 17 points, a try and 6 goals against Warrington last month. So Danny Orr. He adds the extra 2. Great roar from both ends of this stadium. And Castleford have a 6-0 lead.
Super play by Sampson. Watch how he just sucks in the defender. The man circled his Flowers. Bang! Through the gap. Sykes on hand. Well-worked move. Excellent offload from the prop forward, Dean Sampson. Sykes will be happy with that. No doubt the Castleford coach, Stuart Raper. It's the start that they were looking for.
And Lee Harland will run the kick-off out from behind his own posts. Problem then for the Broncos, who are hoping to post a record crowd here at the Valley tonight for a Super League game, swelled by this travelling jungle support. Good ball from Sampson again. John Wells, he looked over his shoulder as he took the tackle from Rexless. There was no second phase, but they're now flooding forward behind Sampson, who offloads to Raper, and Raper with a little chip over the top. Dominic Peters claims it, but that's a great chase.
Beautiful little chip over there. Equal to the task was Dominic Peters. Obviously Castleford feel he was a little bit suspect under the kick as a winger, Dominic Peters. He has come up with quite a few mistakes during the course of this season.
Toshak carries the battle forward. The ball bounced out of his arms, and the referee says it is a knock-on. Frank Napoli had come forward to collect the ball as it bounced, but he's right, it was a knock-on.
Just lost control of it before Sykes came in and threw the shoulder at him.
Steve-O, a wonderful atmosphere all round the ground before the kick-off, and we get that in many other sporting occasions, of course, when maybe necessarily the 80 minutes that follow aren't that important, but to these 7,000 travelling Castleford fans here tonight, this result is absolutely vital.
It certainly is, Eddie, and you've got to understand that you mentioned it before, that Stuart Raper said it's no good coming all down this far and not going back with those 2 valuable points. Raper wants to make sure that they're up there with the big boys.
Particularly as they have a very important home match next Friday night. This is Danny Orr meanwhile, and he went for a little gap. It was closed by Carl Hammond. Good tackle, but Vowles at dummy half. Quick play the ball. Davis now.
Hold it.
Oh, he lost that.
Oh, but that looks like Eagers got over. The referee will hand it on to the video ref.
I think he dropped it. It certainly came out. It was not played correctly.
To see if there was a possibility of a knock-on.
It just came out.
Just check that.
Oh, he's
trying to pass it. It was going backwards.
So he got the ball out, but I just want to see
well, this will be a try. I thought that they'd lost it, but you could see from the replay that it was a definite pass. Now, did he just knock on there? Did he juggle it?
It bounces off the legs there.
That's going backwards. That's all right. Now, it's here. Just before there, I think he grabs it correctly. I think this will be TRY time for Michael Eager.
Well, he waits, as we all do, and the try is given. Well, they recycled the ball brilliantly off the ground. Problems for John Money. And Michael Eager, well, he was exactly what his name says. He was eager to score that try.
Well, it was a great option. Raper sent it down on the short side. And Brad Davies, how on earth did he get it away? And you could see there that there was 4 or 5 would-be defenders just standing there. They thought that this was going to be just get up and play the ball. But Davies deliberately forces the pass through, comes off a London Bronco leg, and Eager says, give me another 4. He's awarded it too.
Yes, referred to the video referee, but what a beautiful piece of quick thinking from Brad Davies.
Now you'll see here, the London players think that he's just going to get up and play the ball. They didn't realise that he forced the pass. You play to the whistle, boys. And that guy has snuck in for try number 2.
2 tries in last year's Cup semi-final. 2 tries against London at the Jungle last August, and Stuart Raper. Well, it's all going according to the script at the moment. And Danny Orr now trying to add another 2 points to the Tigers' tally, but he's missed that one. It's waved away by the touch judges, but 10-0 to Castleford.
A dream start, but full credit to the little halfback Brad Davies. Second effort, no doubt about it, how he gets this ball away. It went backwards, nowhere to go, but watch the defence. They just turn their backs and say, uh-oh. They were stood watching, should I say, and Eager sneaks in for the try. Simple effort.
And Lee Harland to run the kick-off back. And the referee unhappy with the high challenge by Dooley, and Lee Harland didn't fancy it much either.
Right, okay. Justin, Captain Carl, hang on there, I've got it, mate.
You can see that Dooley
benefit of the doubt one back, and that
was
one
well and truly
don't let him go up round there. All right,
getting the arm across into the face.
Don't retaliate,
a big prop forward, that is for sure. And Harland not too impressed. Neither was the official. Well, they're beginning to lose the plot somewhat, the London Broncos. Trying to apply the pressure, and they've now, through indiscipline, allowed Castleford to relieve that pressure.
Well, they've been going down to defeats lately, but it's been narrowly, it must be said. They've lost their last 2 at the Valley, at home, St Helens and Leeds, and they've gone down in 3 of 5 at home so far this year. They're behind the 8 ball again here tonight. Castleford fresh as daisies after the 11-day break since Leeds beat them, and this is the head-to-head in all meetings since London were formed in 1980. 10 Castleford wins, and 5 of them have come here in the capital.
And Stuart Raper was livid with the fact that they lost to Leeds in the final second. Houston Harris kicking a conversion to give them the points.
Yes, but he also said that it was an absolutely magnificent match down there at the Jungle. It was a terrific advert for the game of rugby league. Tollett gets the ball from the base of the scrum, finds Lupton. That's great defence. Michael Eager is on fire at the moment.
It was a big gamble, though. It came out of the one line of defence. If he hadn't got his mark, there was a huge gap to be left there.
That's Kevin Crowthers, who was tackled by Eager. There he was tackled by Vowles, and it's now with Hammond, who tries to inject a bit of pace, but good tackling by BJ Mather and also by Lee Harland.
Much better there from Hammond. He came from the open side on the blind side. It was a neat pass as well from the hooker, John Clark.
Good run from Dooley. The ball hit the deck. Carl Hammond saying it should be back to 0 on the tackle count because London have retained possession in the shape of Tollett. Here's Peter Lupton. On it goes now to Steele Retchless. And he turns as he's hit. Can't get the ball away though. Toshak for the Broncos. It's the turnover. Caught in possession on the last tackle. The turnover. And back come the Tigers once again with Campbell.
Well, London just lost it there. No one was shouting for the kick. And not surprisingly, they looked surprised when it was the last and final tackle. They really have to get back into the swing of things as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it could be on a real hiding here.
Oh, it's great hands here from the Tigers. This is John Wells, dumped over the top to Logan Campbell. Champagne stop from Castleford here. Dale Fritz in support, but scrambling London defence hauls him down. Just 15 metres short. It's with Vowles trying to jink his way through. Peters and Toshak doing the tackling stint. Raper to Davis, and Davis will hack that one to the corner looking for BJ Mather. It beat everybody. Mather is tall, but he's not that tall.
It's a good option though. They know he's well over 6 foot, and you can see there, Napoli didn't even contest that.
6'6", they say on his official records. Barry John Mather.
Good option, nice kick. And I'm sure that John Money, the London coach, will get the message out to Frank Napoli, the winger, that he's got to contest those kicks. He just stood there.
Barry John Mather once upon a time. Oh, he dropped that, did Clark? Did he lose it, or was it pinched and messed around with? It was a mistake. It's a knock-on. Lost in the tackle. Head and feet to Castleford.
He did. Well, it's a bad mistake from Clark.
Okay.
And I think there may have been a little bit of an interference there as well.
Davis from the scrum to Danny Orr. Here's Michael Eager again. He's got Mather outside him. BJ Mather coming on an angle run inside. Good tackling back, and it had to be by the fullback, Wharton. It's with Danny Orr now, and on it goes to Harland. Harland just stutters briefly and then thought about offloading, took the tackle in the end from Justin Dooley. Raper misses out Sykes again and finds Davis. On it goes to Vowles. Vowles wide to Campbell, further wide to Wells. Forward.
Forward pass.
It's in a good position as well with the referee Steve Ganson. But London having a lot of trouble with the way that Castleford are using the dummy runner and the run around. See how the dummy runner came back on the inside.
Didn't look forward to me.
Marginal. Touch judge helping the official in the middle.
Momentum rule? Question mark?
I'll agree with you, Eddie. But the way that this Castleford side are running off the ball without possession, and the London side, they've got to make sure that their defence is a little bit more solid. They're hanging back. They're not getting into the faces.
Oh, Castleford are. That was Fritz and Campbell. And Toshak felt that. This is Dom Peters. One of London's best when we saw them recently against Leeds and St Helens. Peters. Now Dooley taking on Lee Harland, and there's already been a little brush between those two. Clark to Hammond. Wide it comes to Johnson. Johnson bounces Vowles away from him. He couldn't get away from Campbell. Peters dummy half, last again, so Hammond will hoist the kick cross field. Mather doesn't claim it cleanly. Eager tidied up. It was flicked back by a London hand.
Good work by the official Steve Ganson. See there that Barry John Mather's definitely knocked it backwards.
Well done, no penalties.
And here come the Tigers once again. Dale Fritz wrestled to the ground by young Peter Lupton, only 18. Playing so well in the academy and the alliance of the reserve grade this year, but Sampson is always eager to do that sort of thing.
Well, they'll split you all day if they hang back, and you can see quite clearly on the defence they're hanging back yet again. You only suffer. He's lost it.
Harland lost it. Napoli has picked it up. Angle run from Frank Napoli.
Quick play the ball, that's what's needed now. You see the ball carrying arm. Just hit the ground. Dislodged the ball.
Tollett at dummy half. Retchless hands it on to Dooley. He drives the shoulder in again. And he's still going despite the attentions of three.
Had a pretty solid season as Justin Dooley. Knows to offload the ball just like Samson does.
Wynyard gets to his feet. Clark is at dummy half. It's with Hammond now. Looks left and finds Tollett. Tollett then finds Johnson. Johnson, great tackling on him by Logan Campbell, assisted by Raper. It's with Tollett again. And Tollett went for the gap. Beautiful offload. Spin by Wharton. Dominic Peters is there. He keeps it going to Toshak. Toshak comes back in all the heavy traffic and finds Hammond. And the Castleford defence is scrambling this time. Clark to Tollett. Kick into the corner. Trying to get round the back of Mather.
Really well though, did Mather. Knew that the kick was coming from Tollett. So he'd already started to run backwards.
Interesting, Steve, every time, or just about every time, that London kick to a wing, they kick to Mather's wing. I wonder if John Money, who had Barry John Mather under his wing at Wigan, knows something about his defensive frailty in the high ball department.
Well, he's dealt with everything that's been kicked towards him. John Mather. Maybe the tactics may work, but you would think that because he's such a big man that you'd be kicking towards John Wells' wing.
Mind you, he's not tiny either, John Wells, but I take your point at 6'6". Good kick down the line. Peters will have to pick this up in the sunshine here at the Valley. Running it back across the field of play. Fritz and Raper.
Good kick and chase there. Good defence yet again from the hooker, though he missed him this time.
Oh, that's a great run from Wharton. Fabulous run from the full-back, but he's on his own. He's taking Castleford on his own, and he's bundled into touch. Flowers and Wells. He had no one at all in support then, Brett Wharton.
Wonderful individual skills, but that's the problem. Individual. None of the London Broncos realised that he was going to get away, but it's great defence. Well, the first real opportunity for the Broncos.
You know what I mean?
If only he would have had support.
Yes, he would be quite justified, as would John Money, in telling the rest of the players out there, "Oh, ye of little faith," because he was through then, he'd broken the line. This is Wharton's 30th appearance, by the way, almost 200 points for this club. Flowers trying to find a chink in the London Broncos defence. Nothing there then. Danny Orr to Vowles. Lovely step from Vowles. All down by Lupton. Impressing the youngster is Peter Lupton.
Look how easy Castleford are getting over that advantage line. The Tigers really racing onto the football, and they're giving themselves space. They're standing deep in attack. Whereas London, they're very flat.
It's with Danny Orr again now. And he's got time to think what he's going to do with it. The ball bounced off the knee of John Clark, and it's back to 6. So what an opportunity here for the Tigers with Raper from dummy half. They're now within 8 metres of the line. Fritz to Danny Orr. On it goes to Brad Davis. Wide again to Michael Eager. Eager! Oh, what a try! What strength! Second try for Michael Eager. His tries against London seem to come in pairs. I've mentioned that cup semi-final double. He also scored 2 against London at the Jungle last August when Castleford won 52-16. And they're bang on course for a big win here.
This is where they've got another 6 to go. You can see Clark definitely went for that football. Samson comes up with it. And from the immediate play the ball, the combination of the two halfbacks, Danny Orr, Brad Davis, gets the ball out wide. Not the best of defence. They went far too high on the centre, Eager, who's having a fine year. Beautiful long pass. They line him up. Frank Napoli out of the way. Go for the legs. Sounds simple, but if you go high, this is what happens. Get out of the way. Try number 2 for Eager. The Tigers are running riot.
Well, he's a great servant. Michael Eager has missed just 1 of 52 in Super League in the last 2 years. He's breathing a little easier now. That looked like a big sigh of relief. Knows how dangerous this fixture is for the Tigers. All the hype, of course, about the big journey south. John Money, though, it doesn't get very much easier for him, does it? Danny Orr trying to drive the kick over the top of the bar, which he does. Threw it across the top. It's Castleford 16 and London 0. 3 tries from the Tigers.
3 wonderful long passes. See how the defence is static. One's come out of the line out wide. Beautiful long pass there. Eager, Napoli, bang. A lot of trouble, the Broncos' defence. They're falling apart. Their defence has lost its shape completely.
Field 14, Andrew Willard has been replaced by number 27.
The touch judge has got his flag up on this near side. That kick was caught, and I'm not so sure that a foot wasn't over the line.
Hang on, back here.
Yep.
Slip drop.
Lee Harland picked the ball up in goal and then took 1 step backwards.
It's a drop off, no, it's
That's it.
Probably didn't realise. Well, did the official, Steve Ganson, but good work from the touch judge. Well, there's no point in shaking your head. It's extremely clear on the replay.
Okay, Brad.
Well, Paul Davidson, as you've seen, has come on, and there's bound to be a little more dibble in the London Broncos side now that he is there. This is Retchless. There's Paul Davidson, and he was sent off at the Jungle in April, picked up a 2-match ban. And here now there is a swinging arm on the deck, and Dooley didn't like it from Sampson, and Dooley's taking the situation into his own hands, and that's a little bit reckless.
Clark and Flowers are in a push. Sampson definitely went down with the right elbow.
Right on Dooley's head.
He's got a bit of a problem as Steve Ganson here.
I've got Dean Sampson.
Flowers and Clark.
Right, okay, all right.
Well,
Dean,
Dean. Smiles all around. I don't think there was much grinning done from Justin Dooley.
But can you see you come down on his head? Don't do it, you're in control of the game, Missouri. Right, Justin, come here, mate.
He's had a word with Dean Sampson, and he wants a word now with Justin Dooley.
Mate, you've got the penalty, I'll blow the whistle. If you get up and start throwing punches, you leave me with nowhere to go. If you do that, all right, well, you've got the penalty. Okay? John, I don't want you running in. Lee Harland, Lee, come here.
Well, they're all being spoken to now by Steve Ganson, but he's...
We're not having a running saga. I'll deal with the problem. You two stay out. Well, if you have a chat, you know where you go if it goes too far. All right,
well,
okay.
He's right, actually. All he's done there, he's just taken the heat out of the situation completely, and let's calm it down is the answer. Now then.
Good referee.
Indeed so. Tollett. On it goes to Dooley. Hammond wide was looking for Davidson, but it wasn't the best pass. Peters manages to hold on to the football. Good run from Peters too. Came in off the touchline, but they lost so much ground then. Tollett, Dooley.
Well, that's good defence. You could see Dooley was trying to twist in the tackle so he could offload.
Another penalty. Dooley takes it quickly. Drives it in. But you can't fault Justin Dooley for the effort.
Good tackle from Dale Fritz, it had to be.
Here's Davidson.
Well, the reason why John Money's thrown this guy on, because he knows they've got a little bit more excitement out there.
Clark off the deck and finds Tollett. Wide it goes to Hammond. Retchless, the dummy runner, gives it instead to Johnson, and Johnson will score! That's a great try from Andy Johnson. Those quick penalties that went against Castleford have taken their toll, and Johnson, he just dropped the shoulder, shimmied one way, came back the other. Fine try.
Good work from the prop forward, quick tap from Justin Dooley, got them into this position. Throws the dummy here. Oh, he just left Adrian Bowles for dead. Good work there. The second row at Andy Johnson. London needed that desperately, and it was a good effort. He's having a fine game.
2 quick penalties for London, the first penalties they've had in this match. And Andy Johnson with the try for John Money, who is on the blower to the sideline, passing on 1 or 2 constructive comments, I'm sure. And so Brett Wharton with the opportunity to close the gap still further. Wharton 11 goals and 2 tries in his last 4 matches, and all of them full back. 25 years of age. He's got 2 more points. It's now the London Broncos supporters' turn to celebrate.
As he fouls his circle, he runs right out wide. Johnson sees that. That's a wonderful step. Great try. If ever the side needed a 4-pointer, it was the London Broncos.
Andrew Johnson with the try. He turns 26 on Wednesday, by the way, and his versatility is absolutely vital to John Money. Davidson with the drive, but halted 11 metres from his own line. Scampering away on the run is Frank Napoli, the Italian international. Can't say that about too many players in Super League. Capped for Italy, although with a name like Napoli, where else? Dooley. Driven into the ground. Fritz and Sampson. Dooley taking his time looking for the penalty, non-forthcoming. Clark. Fowles got to him. That's the last. They're on halfway. Tollett with the kick. Well watched on that far side by Mather.
Good chase as well. Just a little chip down on the blind side. And again, they persist with the kick towards the big fella, Barry John Mather. Well, it's amazing, Eddie, that when a coach sometimes makes a substitution, not only does it make the other players out there aware, it does lift them, and it certainly has lifted them when they brought Paul Davidson on.
Bradford 10-0 up against the Giants with 20 minutes of the game gone. That is too deep, that kick.
Nice option, though. John Money there, realising that there's still a long way to go. Still 10 points adrift.
Peters will have to come back. He thinks he's broken the line, but the referee wants the game to restart when he blows the whistle.
John, wait on that, mate, till all your defence is back. Ready?
Right, time on, and here we go with Rexlish.
Chris, come on, boys. Well, good.
Kevin Crowthers takes the next tackle. Carl Hammond, Dooley again. Carrying the battle forward is Justin Dooley, trying desperately there to get away from those two so as he could offload. He's having a running battle with the entire Castleford front row at the minute. Good run from Davidson, this.
Oh, that's stupidity from Davidson. Straight in the face of Sampson.
And Sampson just looks at the referee, Steve Ganson, and shakes his head.
Well, I can't believe that none of the officials saw that.
Well, it was clear from up here, or at least it looked like it. John Clark. Hammond with the kick under pressure over the top of Mather. Flowers takes control of the situation and does well.
Much better kick on that occasion. Separated the winger and the full-back. And that's much better defence. Well, I can't believe that Davidson, none of the officials, 2 touch judges, Steve Ganson, completely missed it.
He didn't.
Everyone in the crowd saw it. Sampson turned around at the official. Well, I can't believe that.
Well, you've got to give Dean Sampson a bit of credit. Paul Davidson, lucky that nobody spotted it, but maybe won't be lucky in the ensuing week. But you've got to give Dean Sampson a bit of credit because he just walked away from that. This is Danny Orr now. What a run! What a run! What a run! Oh, he should have flicked the ball inside to Davis. The run was brilliant, but the final application was left wanting.
Well, I can't believe that. He had Davis in his sights. All he had to do was attract the full-back and offload. Well, they've blown a golden opportunity.
Well, on such incidents, things turn. Hammond had the ball stolen from him. Ian Tonks believes he's been hard done by. Oh no, Tonks did reach the ball away, and Danny Orr was there as well.
He was always pulling at the football. The official got it right on that occasion. But I cannot believe that Danny Orr, after making the break there, they had Brad Davis just on the inside. Perfect pass, would have seen Davis scamper on underneath the post.
Exactly. And the game might have been beyond London's reach. As it is, they're still well and truly in it. 3-2 on the penalty count, London ahead on that particular scoreboard. 16-6 they trail, though, on the one that matters, and Tollett. Well, that was unbelievable. London will not be complaining, though. Here's Lupton. He's found Carl Hammond. Good ball inside to Davidson again.
Telegraphed, though. There's no dummy running, no one trying to help, no one trying to confuse this Castleford defence.
What a match for Castleford next Friday. They're at home to Bradford, Friday at 7. You can see it on Sky Sports 1. Penalty, meanwhile, to the Tigers.
Hey, Dean
Johnson, obviously,
well done for that. That was
utilised the second rower.
Don't get you in any grief.
Well, it certainly was a shepherd. Retchless. He's playing prop today, sorry, but he had a great season last year, Eddie, and I just wonder whether such a tackling machine has just run out of power these days. This season is not the same player, which doesn't surprise me. He was a workaholic last year.
He was. It must take its toll on the body, mustn't it? I mean, look at the state of you.
First, come on, Justin! Well done, Justin, well done!
He's eager now. Campbell.
Second! Well in, lads. Well done, Justin Dooley.
This is eager again, and Davis to Sykes. He thought about slipping the pass. Held on. Davidson all over him again.
Well, did Davidson have a little bit of a nod yet again? Certainly appeared that way.
Raper and Orr misses out Davis. Oh, Campbell took that in brilliantly, but that's good defence.
Good work from Dominic Peters. For all the world there, it looked as though Logan Campbell was going to fly over the whitewash.
No advantage. It's a knock-on, score London.
Knock-on against Castleford.
No advantage, clear in their own line there.
Great defence there.
There's no advantage.
You can see that Campbell lost the ball. That was a knock-on.
Hang about.
Though the referee Ganson allowed play on.
Once Warden was tackled, there was no advantage
whatsoever.
Twice put the scrum down. Hammond with the run, and he just bounced off Adrian Voles. Good scrambling defence on Justin Dooley.
They know he's always willing to try to offload, and that's why they're getting someone up to him. And Dooley's got up, played the ball and gone chasing. This is going to explode, I'm sure.
Well, there's one or two incidents out there, isn't there? Johnson, whose try has put London back in the hunt in this match. Wharton thought about going down the blind side, came inside instead, found Hammond, who found Tollett, who in turn has found Retchless, and he's got London to the halfway on the last tackle. Oh, that was forward to Hammond. Ball dabbed through. Toshak, on it goes to Peters, still the last. Peters flicks it back, bounces off Nathan Sykes' knee, and Nathan Sykes, the man who claims possession for the Tigers.
He could have been penalised then, Nathan Sykes, for a voluntary tackle. He didn't want to bring that ball back into play at all, just laid on the ground.
It's Danny Orr who's got it away now to Lee Harland, and we're inside the last 2 minutes of this first half. Adrian Vowles again, over halfway. Davis to Ian Tonks. Good run from Tonks, but Lupton stood up to him well. Sampson, wide to Raper. Dink over the top, looking for Danny Orr. Unlucky bounce. Tollett sweeps up for the Broncos.
Neat little kick over the top, though. He just didn't get that right bounce. Combination. Raper and the halfback, Danny Orr. I'm not so sure that Orr might have been just slightly in front.
That was my impression too.
Behind me, and
Would have been an interesting debate for the video referee. Davidson with a good drive in.
Come on!
Clark to Hammond. Here's Dooley once more. He attracts 3 to him. Does Justin Dooley 3 and then 4. That's the last tackle.
Tonka! Behind me, Brad.
Hammond, Tollett.
Right.
Dab over the top again, but Mather up to the task once more.
First.
Well read.
Come on!
Came in right off the whitewash, anticipated a little chip over the top when they'd gone on that short blind side.
Clear the rock!
30 seconds of this first half remaining. Flowers up the middle now.
Come on!
Just inside his own half. Vowles would get them over the halfway. What a run from Vowles! What a run from Vowles! Davis wanted it inside. Waits for the support. Orr has done it again. And Tollett is cleaned up by Eager. And has the penalty.
Mike off his head, mate.
It's a big hit. What's that man take now? Before he got the football, you could see the swinging right arm from Eager. Good work, though, by the skipper, Adrian Vowles. I'm not so sure that Danny Orr wasn't taken out.
Well, surely the London Broncos have got to be allowed to tap from that. It was a penalty that was put into touch. The game should have restarted and the next tackle should have been the end of the first half. Well, that's a bit of a boo-boo by Steve Ganson. They're going off the field. They're going off the field, so London robbed of at least one tackle there. So it stays at 16 points to 6 at half-time. It was a penalty that was given. The ball deposited into touch. The siren went. Steve Ganson said that'll do, but he should have allowed London Broncos to restart and take at least one more tackle before blowing the half-time whistle. As it is, the Castleford Tigers have won that half by 3 tries to 1. It's 16 points to 6. But we've got a game on at the Valley. Well, just look what we've got coming up for you this next weekend here on Sky Sports and the Super League. Castleford, who are watching tonight against Bradford, will be at the Jungle, not this mini jungle, next Friday at 7 on Sky Sports 1 and 6:30 Sky Sports 1 on Sunday for St Helens against Leeds, live from Knowsley Road. 2 cracking matches from the top of the Super League next weekend. This isn't bad either. It's London Broncos 6, Castleford Tigers 16 at half-time. Eager with 2 tries and Sykes, Johnson with the try, Wharton with the goal, and Danny Orr with 2 goals for Castleford. Well, John Money, I think he knows deep down that had Castleford taken just a couple of those chances that they created and blew, the Broncos would have been out of this match by half-time. As it is, they're bang in the hunt. And can John Money alter things? Stuart Raper in the Castleford Tigers dressing room. I bet that one of the points he'll be making is that 11 days ago they were 18-6 up against the Leeds Rhinos and they still conjured up a defeat by 20 points to 18. I wonder whether Castleford have learnt their lesson. We shall see. We also should point out at this stage, I think, that we have heard from the timekeepers that they didn't actually blow the hooter for half-time. Somebody in the crowd blew something that sounded like a hooter, and the referee then took the players off the field. But it still boils down to the fact that London Broncos were denied at least one more tackle in that first 40 minutes, but it was no fault of the timekeepers. Steve-O, an interesting half, really, an interesting half of rugby league, and Castleford, well, they should be home and hosed, shouldn't they?
Well, they should have been, shouldn't they? They had so many opportunities, and mainly brought about by the fact that the London defence, especially in the opening 15 minutes, was not at its best. So it didn't surprise me when they came up with a pretty early try, but it was good work from Samson that created it. Watch the pass from the prop forward. Flowers onto it, and there you see Sykes in for a try. And they were all at sea, I'm afraid, London, on the defensive time. This one is Davis keeping the ball alive. He does exceptionally well. The London defence think that all he's going to do is get up and play the ball. There they are, hanging around. Eager says, let me have a simple try. And it was that man yet again. Beautiful combination between the 2 halfbacks. Davis, the long ball out wide there, and watch Eager. Frank Napoli goes high, get out of the way. such a strong man is Egan in the centres. And when they really needed a try, Andy Johnson, who's been one of their better players in the first 40 minutes. Beautiful step there. Not easy to step around the tackles of Adrian Vowles, but Andy Johnson certainly give him the opportunity. But talk about blowing an opportunity here. Again, look at the skills here from Danny Orr. Throws the dummy. Now on the inside, you could see him look there, and he really should have just drawn Brett Wharton, and finishes up losing control of the football when he had Davis on the inside. That really should have spelled curtains for the London Broncos, and I think that'll probably just give them a little bit of a lift at the half-time break. John Mooney knows, and I'm sure he'll be saying to them what Eddie has already mentioned, is the fact that Castleford many times this season have held a commanding lead, and yet they've got very tired late in the game.
That's right, and we talk about turning points, don't we? And of such games like this, so things happen. You know, with that Danny Orr missed try for Davis, I mean, that could be the biggest turning point of the night.
My word, and I mean, all he had to do was just draw the full-back Wharton and then offload to his half-back partner. And I'm sure that Stuart Raper will be spitting chips in the dressing room, because he knows that opportunities may not come in this second half, because, as I mentioned, they have been getting tired, and there's a few out there that are carrying quite a few injuries on the Castleford side.
So only 10 points in it then at half-time, and I wonder whether you've spotted yet a possible man-of-the-match performance, and a performance that deserves to go home with this. The wristwatch that the man-of-the-match takes with him after he has been chosen by the coaching staff of the losing side. Just now you'll be looking for a tiger. It might all change in the opening 20 of the second half. And you, as always, can have your say in the competition. You can win yourselves a couple of seats to the grand final. You have to predict the losing coaching staff's choice of the man of the match, the man who has absolutely done the most damage to their hopes of winning this match. And all winners go into that draw to win the box at Old Trafford on the big night. It's 09-009 10 10 13 with around about 20 minutes of the game remaining. Now then, this is the score at half-time, and the Huddersfield-Sheffield Giants are giving Bradford a bit of a run for their money. 12-8 at half-time. Bradford aiming for top. Huddersfield, they're right down at the bottom. That's the latest score at half-time. 12-8 at Odsal. So it's half-time here, and the sun continues to stream down. It's a really pleasant evening in London SE7. The London Broncos and the Castleford Tigers are giving us a very interesting match, and it might get more interesting during the course of this next 40 minutes. The Tigers only just ahead by 10. So half-time at the Valley, and it's London 6, Castleford Tigers 16, so the match is certainly to be won in the second half here. And the Tigers know they've lost just one of the last 5 against London Broncos, but that was in the Cup semi-final last year. Paul Davidson, well, he looks a mean hombre, doesn't he, Paul Davidson? But the Tigers supporters, who are down here in the capital, enjoying their big day out, and they'll enjoy it even more if Castleford hang on to this 10-point advantage in the second half. Having a great day out. And no doubt we'll encounter many of them on our journey back up the M1 tonight.
Let's go.
16-6. The Tigers are ahead. It's London who get us underway. Wharton with the kick-off. Davis, he looked to pass it to Tonks. Now he does. But the numbers have arrived in red jerseys. And the one thing that London want in this second half, Steve-O, is the first try.
Sure do. I'm sure that John Mooney is trying to lift their spirits, as he realises that in the opening 15 minutes of that first half, their defence was all at sea. They lost their shape completely.
Now they're defending against Eager's run. I'm sure that John Mooney has given them a real shake in that dressing room during the quarter of an hour or so at half-time. That's Nathan Sykes, and the battle with Sykes and Raper and Sampson and Justin Dooley will continue throughout this second half, I'm sure. Good tackle by Lupton on Tonks, and then Davis just drifts the kick around the back. Wharton will collect, makes 10 metres, makes nearly 20 metres before he's hauled down by the shirt tails. Good chase from Tonks, but good run from Wharton, and now it's with Peters. Didn't play that properly, but referee allows the play to continue. Johnson takes the tackle. Orr and Logan Campbell. Hammond to Dooley. Dooley on to Lupton. Lupton wide again to Crowthers. It bounced off the chest of Lupton, so play on because Davidson has the ball for the Broncos. That's number 4, the Neely in the Tigers half. They are now. Hammond, it was charged down by Sampson. It's going to be play on. It's play on because it was a charge down on the attempted kick upfield.
Good work there by the big prop forward.
Sykes to Raper, good hands to Davis. Davis just got to by Wharton, who came in a little bit strong over the top then with Davis on the floor. Danny Orr, Tonks to nobody. Now Vowles to continue it on. And Hammond was the man who was standing firm as a rock in front of him. Harlan to Sampson, and on it goes to Eager, back then to Raper, Raper to Sykes. Sykes driving it, trying to go round Clark. Davidson there as well, had the feet whipped from underneath him. Raper, wide to Davis, further wide to Tonks. And the London defence stands firm. That's the 5th and last this set of 6. Danny Orr down the short side to Flowers. He'll dab it towards the in goal, and it was the foot there of young Lupton, I think, that got to it.
Standoff just got the boot to it in time. Good work from the fullback, Jason Flowers. And Lupton just in time.
Well, he's steeped in rugby league history, born in Barrow in finesse, Peter Lupton. And made his debut last week against Warrington in Newport, and here he is in the thick of things against the Castleford Tigers here tonight. Keep an eye out for him, number 26, young Peter Lupton, only 18 years of age. Davis, Vowles, back to Davis, good run round. Eager on a hat-trick, Tollett with the tackle.
Had to be a good one as well. Beautiful inside run there from the centre, Eager.
Here's Sampson, away from Retchless, gives it to Raper. Raper wide, it goes to Orr. Further wide then to Logan Campbell, and then to Wells, who loses it over the line. Nice 4 points was begging there.
Campbell, nice pass. He was just going to go to it. Great effort there from Dominic Peters. For all the world, it looked like a try. Wells thought it. Peters just got the arm across.
Right, let's find out what was said then at half-time, and Angela Powers can bring us up to date with the news from the dressing rooms.
Well, John Mooney's been saying that he thinks this game is there for the taking. That's what he's been trying to impress upon his players. He feels the team let Castleford get on top of them a little bit in the first 20 of that first half, but regain some ground in the second 20. Keep that up, he says, and play with more passion. Stuart Raper wants his team to be methodical and disciplined in every aspect of this half. They've wasted opportunities aplenty, he says, and he wants them to be further ahead than they are. He thinks they should be already, in fact. He says they really need to grasp those opportunities and get in the Broncos' faces.
That's a great kick, and it was well fielded by Flowers, and he collided with the upright as he claimed the ball. Did well to hang on to it.
Did he ever? Like a baseball catcher. Excellent stuff from the fullback. It's a fine match.
Without the gloves, the baseball catcher. Don't ask me what it's called, I don't know.
A mitt.
Thank you. I think a mitt is on the end of your wrist. Oh, it's a right schmozzle at the play of the ball. London had to be penalised. Raper quickly.
You can see that Johnson on a second go at that. More pressure now. Will Castleford utilise the dummy runner and the run around?
Davis bounces off. Hammond can't get away from Davidson. Vowles is at dummy half. And this is Nathan Sykes to within 10 of that London line. Dooley lying on. Vowles attacking down the blind side. London defence stands firm. Raper, width then to Davis. On to Danny Orr. Oh, Tonks hit that. Bounced off the chest of both. It'll be first knock on. It'll be against Ian Tonks.
Oh, was he interfered with there? I got the impression that Matt Toshak goes for the man before he's got the football. He does. It really should have been a Tigers penalty. Toshak commits himself to the tackle before he gets the ball.
All right, don't worry. I've got it. Get into it.
So London will run the ball out again. That's Kevin Crowthers. Here's Frank Napoli now.
Must be worrying though for Stuart Raper, the Tigers coach. All these opportunities are not being taken.
Yes, they've had a few tries blown, haven't they? Wharton is spun to the ground by Eager. John Clark. Lupton wide to Dooley. Flicks it back. Lupton again. He read that situation well, and he's put Andrew Johnson in a hole here.
Oh, he could have offloaded, surely.
Don Peters from dummy half on to Hammond. Here now is Toller. Davidson charging run up the middle. Last one for London. Clark again. Hammond. They're running it. Great tackle. Great tackle by Eager. As soon as Crowthers got to that, he was lifted up and dumped. Flowers.
Pretty important now that London make sure they're solid defence. At least they're moving forward in this second half. They failed to do that in the opening 15 minutes.
Raper, Tonks.
Going through a lot of work, isn't he? He came off the bench.
Well, he had a try scored here in the win in '98. Davis, Eager, who's had 2 tries already. Mather, nowhere for him to go then, only into the arms of Crowthers. 2 tackles remaining this set of 6. Sampson on the charge. Getting to within 3.5, 4 metres of the line. Raper waits at dummy half. Here's Raper. That was a good ball, but that was great defence from Andy Johnson.
Super tackle there by Johnson. Got up a little bit shaky as well, did Danny Orr.
Good run from Hammond. Great ball off the ground. Peters away from 2. Almost away from 3. Eager again with the tackling. He's had a fine match.
There's a tackle there. Andy Johnson. He's got through some work as well, hasn't he, Justin Dooley?
Second, okay.
And to be fair to the Castleford pack, kept him pretty quiet.
Here's Lupton, growing in confidence with every minute that passes in his Super League life. Dean Callaway onto Retchless, and Callaway's there hunting the pieces. Flicks it. Harlan gets it away then to Danny Orr. Here's Davis, chances here for Castleford. It's with Eager. Eager trying to brush away the would-be tackler, Anthony Seibold.
Forcing the pass, good work from the hooker, Raper.
Little drop of the shoulder by Danny Orr again. Releases it off the floor by Mather, looking for Flowers, but that's brilliantly claimed by Frank Napoli. Well, the pace has certainly stepped up a gear or 2 in the opening 10 minutes of this second half.
Well, I get the impression that some of these London Broncos players starting to realise that if Castleford are coming up with all these mistakes, they're allowing them to get back into the game.
Yes, they're not out of the picture yet. And here's Johnson. Diswell gets it to Napoli. Trying to turn Mather inside out. They're 20 metres away from the line. It's Crowthers. Davidson on the charge again. Haul down. Good chase back was by Mather. Wide from Hammond to Lupton. Stabs it through Lupton. And Flowers was the last line of defence and had to move smartly across.
Read it so well, Jason Flowers. The best positional fullbacks in the game.
This kid's rising in confidence though, isn't he, Peter Lupton?
He is. He needed a chip. And Castleford coach Stuart Raper will be fully aware of this. Must be just nagging at him all the time that for several occasions this year, Castleford They go to sleep in the final 15 minutes.
We've had 11 minutes of this second half. Castleford in possession again. The kick down the line was from Logan Campbell. Wharton will collect it again for the London Broncos. Back they come once more. Davis with the tackle. Tolson Tollett is the dummy half. Dominic Peters first receiver. Trying to go round Adrian Vowles, but he and Haaland combine to bring the London winger to ground. Crowthers now. Scampering run. Thought about offloading to Rexless. Eventually took the tackle from Darren Shaw and Nathan Sykes. Here's Hammond.
He's a key player now. Carl Hammond really should be stamping his authority on this game now, and he's doing just that. He's in at dummy half. Opportunity.
They're keeping it alive. It's with Hammond once more. He's lost his way for a moment, but that's a long raking pass into the arms of Crowthers. Crowthers will give it then to Rexless. London coming up in numbers. Lovely ball from Tollett. Oh, what a shame that Hammond couldn't take that.
He thought it went behind him, but it was a knock-on. He reaches out for it, and it was always going forward. Well, the best passage of play we've seen from London tonight. It was just a shame that that man, with the knock-on at a vital moment. He's got the experience, though, as Carl Hammond. He's also got the skills.
Well, the game is nicely balanced at the moment. It'll be interesting to see now in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so just how it will all pan out, because I think the next score either way will be absolutely crucial. Wells, don't forget Rugby League World is on Wednesday at 8:30 on Sky Sports 3. We'll have highlights of the Super League programme this weekend and also highlights of the programme in the National Rugby League of Australia as well. 34-8 now. Bradford have taken control in the opening 20 minutes of the second half. 34 points to 8. An hour of that match gone. We're a little bit behind them here. Davis again. He's just tormenting that defence. Davidson got to him though. Good job he did. And Davis and Davidson squaring up to each other as that ball was fed away.
To be fair, Brad Davis really is playing out his skin at the moment, causing a lot of problems for this London defence. Not the best kick, though.
No, right down the throat of Frank Napoli.
Chased over by Michael Eager.
London having to strike from deep within their own half. This is Wharton. Oh, Wharton was almost through. He's playing well. The tackle was from Logan Campbell. Dom Peters, dummy half, flicks it back. On it goes then to Tollett. Here now is Rexless. Now Crowthers. Eagers all over the place. Seabold, Darren Shaw, head-to-head with him. Here's Hammond. The kick downfield. He was looking for a 40-20. Oh, Flowers could get a...
Got to be a knock-on.
Oh, he's got away with it. No, he hasn't. He had a long, hard look at his touch judge. Well, it's as good as a 40-20.
Definite knock-on. Well, he should have taken it on the full. He tried to take it and palm it down.
It's all right. It's a knock-on.
Well, we praised him a few moments ago.
Well done.
That is not a fine effort from the full-back.
Go with the flow.
It's that rattlesnake again with the forked tongue. Now then, chances for London. Lupton to Kevin Crowthers. Big test of this Castleford defence coming on. Now they have been a little more secure in defence than London this year. And they'll have to be here. This is Toshak. He was through one. It was a good job that Vowles was there. Dean Calloway off the deck to Lupton. Lupton then to Tollett. They're flooding forward now. Hammond, oh, and Davidson puts it down, but he was under the extreme pressure.
Second occasion that they've spilt the ball. A dangerous moment. He never was going to take that. Took his eyes off the football, looking at the would-be tacklers.
Remember, he scored a try steaming onto the football like that for emerging England against Wales just a couple of seasons ago.
Good example, Carl.
Not on this occasion, though. Tonks with a good run. Johnson held on to the ankles. Here is Campbell. And not too many sets completed in terms of the number of times in possession at the moment for either of these two teams. Davis with the kick. Danny Orr's after this. Napoli gets to it first. Brushed away from Danny Orr, and Napoli comes again. Great run.
Well, there's only one man down there chasing the kick, and I get the impression that these Tigers are very tired indeed.
Peters for the Broncos.
The zip has gone out of their play, both in attack and defence.
Well, we made the point at half-time, didn't we, that they ran out of steam against Leeds at the Jungle 11 days ago. They've had 11 days rest, though, to prepare for this. Stuart Raper's looking a little more anxious than he was earlier on, because he knows London are right in the hunt for this match. This is Crowthers, eager, gets to him.
Well, in the first half, Eddie, we highlighted the fact that London, with their defence, was failing to move up. Castleford now look like very slow, they're hanging back.
This is Wharton again. Wharton, oh, they've stepped out of the challenges. This is going to be a try, surely, for Hammond. Carl Hammond scores for the London Broncos. Wharton stood and tormented them.
Just let's have a look at the grounding.
Check the grounding, says Steve Ganson.
Play when he grounded it.
He has not given it yet.
If there was any chance of a knock-on, I don't think there was, but I'm behind the play.
Because he was so far behind the play, he wants the video referee to check.
Doesn't look much doubt. Puts it down cleanly, no problem about that at all. A la Australian style.
So that seems to be all right, and the referee then called for just a check on a possible knock-on further back. He was behind the play, didn't see it, he said.
But what an effort from Wharton. We talk about the fact of players having that second effort, trying and trying and trying, and he got away with it. It's DIY, no doubt.
And it is, and London are right back in the thick of this match. John Money, his half-time team talk has paid dividends, because Hammond's come up with his second try of the year.
You can see how the Castleford defence are not getting into their face, they're hanging back. But this, the man Wharton, the full-back, really should have been decked. The 3 golden opportunities to stop him, and he provides the final pass for Hammond. They are charging forward now. Just dinks underneath, twist, throws it again. They were clutching fresh air for the Castleford defenders. And Hammond, the Broncos.
Well, if Wharton kicks this goal, they're right in the hunt. Just a little bit of anxiety now on the terraces in the black and yellow of the Tigers, because Wharton's added the extras, and there's only 4 points in it now. London 12, Castleford 16. Anxious times for Stuart Raper.
Beautiful play, though, by London. Now they are the side that's zipping the ball in and around, but what a great effort. I mean, this is just unbelievable. He mesmerised them in the full-back, Brett Wharton. Good support. And yet again, Castleford. They are tiring.
Well, Carl Hammond starred in the Cup semi-final last year. Ended on the losing side then, of course, against the Tigers. And interestingly enough, he is out of contract at the end of this year. Formerly with St Helens and Widnes. And Rexless almost stepped through that tackle from Danny Orr. Callaway, they're moving on to the football now with much more venom, the London Broncos.
But how important, Eddie, was the fact that when Danny Orr, just before the half-time break, made that lovely 40 metres downfield. He had Davis on the inside, failed to pass. Chance went begging.
That was a dodgy bounce for John Wells, but he did well. Great chase, though, from London.
They're looking distinctly tired. You can see quite a few of the Castleford players walking back into position.
Here's Ian Tonks. Played a few games at hooker this year for the Tigers in Aaron Raper's absence.
Behind me, Dean. Behind me, well done.
It's now with Darren Shaw. Formerly, of course, Darren Shaw with the London club. 79 appearances for them, made his debut 6 years ago, but very much in the opposition camp tonight. Sykes is held up. That's the last. What has Aaron Raper got in the locker here? Oh, it's bounced kindly for Eager. Oh, and they're claiming 6 to go. It certainly came off a London player, but the ball played the man is the verdict. Oh, and I'm not so sure.
He appeared to make a play for the kick.
But away. London away. Wharton, great tackle by Flowers, and it had to be. Napoli at dummy half. Callaway. Dominic Peters. Castleford look like they're on the ropes. Who's your man of the match? 09009 101013. 2 grand final tickets at stake for you. 2 Super League points at stake here. And London with the scent of something.
They're going full bore. Confidence is high.
Glenn Eyre is on. He's just found Johnson. He's found Hammond. That's a good tackle by Eager.
Got through some work as the centre, Michael Eager.
Napoli. Dooley now.
But look at this Castleford defence. They are still hanging around.
Such a difficult man to put down is Justin Dooley.
Surely they'll kick for the corner.
Last one. It's with Hammond. They're running it. Oh, and he's found the touch judge.
Not happy, John Money. Wasted opportunity. Just no one there. You could see that Frank Napoli had come in off the whitewash.
24 minutes of this match had gone, and Castleford was 16-0 ahead and coasting. Since then, it's been all London. They've scored 12 points without reply. There's only 4 in it now, and we're in the last quarter of this match. Sampson. They certainly have a bit more vim and vigour in their step now, the London Broncos. Possession is with Castleford, second in the entire match, but London, well, they are not out of this. Not by a long shot. Davis. Tonks carts the ball over the halfway line. The last tackle again. Good defensive stint once more from London. Raper with the chip over the top. Whoa, Wharton is after it, but Dominic Peters took it out of his grasp.
Beautiful kick.
Oh.
No one shouted for it. That was evident with the fact that Wharton got into the face his own player, Dominic Peters. Well, that'll lift the Castleford confidence. It was a wonderful chip over the top. They will receive the ball. It was from that man, Aaron Raper.
Yes, Raper with a great kick. A lack of communication between Wharton and Peters, but in the end, it has only resulted in a goal line dropout. And back will come the Tigers now with Flowers.
Well, the Tigers do have the strike power. Danny Orr, Brad Davis. Brad Davis really has been outstanding today. Many opportunities, 4 to 5 half breaks.
Darren Shaw to within 10 metres of the line. He tried to play that ball. I'm thinking he might be... He has. He's been pinged for the knock-on.
Well, he gave himself up there. If he'd have just struck at the ball instead of picking it up, he was waiting for the penalty. He places it down. Definite interference. No doubt about it, Justin Dooley's boot was in there. But if he'd have just played the ball there, he was interfered with. But he gave himself up. Stuart Raper knows another opportunity has been blown.
Couple change by Stuart Raper. These are anxious moments for the Castleford coach. His team blew a big lead against Leeds 11 days ago. Surely they're not going to do it again on him tonight. Well, don't mention that in the London Broncos area, because they believe they can go on and win this match. Tollett is cut down by a flying tackle from Raper. Dean Callaway, Retchless, oh, huge dummy! Retchless on his way down the line. Can Flowers get across to him? Retchless in and out. Retchless scores another priceless try against the Tigers. Remember, it was Retchless who got the Broncos to Wembley in 1999. And no wonder the Broncos fans are on their feet. That's a fabulous try again from Steel Retchless. It levels the scores here at the Valley. And Stuart Raper knows his men are in deep, deep water now.
They took the dummy. No emotion on the face of John Money. But it was a good option. They worked it on the blind side. Eager took that huge little dummy from the man with possession, Reckless. In and out. Many a winger to be proud of that. And that man has done it again. Barry John Mather didn't have the pace. The prop forward outruns the winger. In and out of the full-back. Every right to celebrate. He's done it yet again. The Tigers must hate him.
Unbelievable. Steele Reckless. London have come back from a match that was slipping away from them, and they've got this kick now from Wharton to take the lead. If they get this, if he scores it, London have the lead for the first time. He's pushed it across the face of the post, though. Well, hold on to your hats. It's 16 all at the Valley. We're in for one heck of a finish.
See Egan, he thinks that Napoli's going to get the football. Neat little dummy, bang, off he goes. What an effort. Barry John Mather is gaining no ground whatsoever on Reckless. That is an outstanding try.
Well, Reckless has done it again, and here he comes back at them once more.
Gets into the drop goal mode now, both sides.
Napoli is dragged to the floor. London look the fresher. Air hands it on. That's Seabold. Now Dooley, who hasn't taken a backward step all night, but that was Dale Fritz.
Fritz put the stamp on it, mailed it, got it away.
Dooley is on his haunches. Such was the ferocity of that challenge.
One of the best tackles I've seen this year.
Glenn hoists the bomb, but it carries forward on the wind, out on the full. 16 all at the Valley, 12 and a half minutes remaining. Well, who's your money on now? Turnover on halfway. Here's Fritz again.
It's not a matter of Tiger in the tank, it's a matter of how much petrol they've got left.
Sampson.
Oh, Leading just brushed him away. Dooley felt it.
Raper. Oh, looked over the shoulder, nobody there.
Drive to the sticks. Get the 1 point.
Davis to all. Scrambling defence from London, outstanding. Glenn Eyre is playing with an injured hand, by the way. Shaw.
He knows what to do. Straight towards those posts.
Well, there's nobody shaping up for a one-pointer. Maybe Davis is now, but they've come the other way. It's with Orr to Vowles. Vowles to Eager. Eager to Mather. No try. Big call coming up from video referee. Looked to me like Mather had taken the post out before he got the ball down, but let's have a look at it frame by frame.
Head-on shot will show quite clear. That's a try.
Oh, yes. Just look at that dragging foot out there as well. Woo.
Just in time. The foot goes after the ball has been plunked down on the in-goal area, and that will be a huge relief for the Castleford players and their coach Stuart Raper. Well taken by Mather. Good effort from Egan to offload.
Stuart Raper is laying the law down.
Well, I thought they'd taken the wrong option. I would have been camping underneath the sticks for the 1 point, but they've come up with a 4.
They have. Video referee gives the try. Mather gets the 4. Money sees the fight back come to maybe a halt. And Barry John Mather gets his 3rd try in the Super League.
Well, they certainly needed it. He showed not much pace. He couldn't get anywhere near Reckless, but he's made up for it with that. That's a fine effort. He had to squeeze low. And his height. Good work from Egan. Sucks in Napoli. He got it down all right.
Well, my first reaction was no try.
He was pretty confident.
Amazing, this video referee system, fantastic. And he all misses. Another kick goes begging, but 4-point lead now for the Castleford Tigers. And Stuart Raper down at pitch side because he knows these are desperate times. John Money's passing some more information down to his dugout.
Safety first, that's what the Tigers will be looking for. That's why Stuart Raper is on the sideline, to be able to get the message loud and clear to his players. Nothing silly, nothing too fancy. Possession is vital, then get the good kick and chase.
A couple of big drives in at that London defence certainly took its toll to allow the space out wide for Mather. And here they come again, the Castleford Tigers. London's turn again to try and repel the Borders. They're on halfway. 3 tackles gone. Here's Sampson.
Good work from the forwards as well. Sampson leading the way, but I've been so impressed with the way that Ian Tonks has taken the ball up today.
That's the last now. Is Davis thinking about a 1-pointer this time? No, they're going down the short side. Danny Orr stabs it in behind Peters. Peters collects it.
Good thinking as well. Short blind side, but they knew the chase was going to be there. They're going to try to camp, make sure that the Broncos keep within their own quarter.
Well, if they go down tonight, the London Broncos, yet again, they've gone down with all guns blazing. Only 4 points in it. It has been a great effort. Dooley.
They looked absolutely gone at half-time.
Paul Davidson has returned.
Full credit to them. They played some neat rugby league football in the second half. Can the Tigers keep them at bay?
Oh, Retzless, the hero of the hour a moment ago, has just misthrown the pass, knock on.
He knows it too. He wanted the ground to just open up there.
Tonks does well, finds Davis. Davis to within 10 metres rather of the line. Raper. Here's Vowles. Pops the ball up. Good defence.
Surely they'll set up for the 1 point.
Eager. Flowers to drive in. 5 metres away. Raper again. Here's Davis. Goes wide to Danny Orr. Danny Orr gets the pass away to Tonks. Tonks will score. And Tonks. Well, the video referee cannot adjudicate on forward passes. And Tonks maybe, just maybe, has finally killed off this London Broncos revival. Tonks with the try, and in terms of the top 5 at the end of the year, how crucial this might be.
Fully deserves it as well. Neat little step from the halfback, Danny Orr. That looks a bit forward to me. Very suspect indeed, but Tonks will take it. Neat step from the standoff. Tonks takes it. That will seal it. He really has worked overtime as this big second rower. Slow-mo perhaps will show clearly. And if he try, but he'll take the 4. That will wrap it up now for the Tigers. He can breathe a little bit more easily now.
Well, Tonks will take the try, believe me, Stuart Raper will. And suddenly, the Castleford supporters have rediscovered their vocal cords. What a great game, second half, though. Danny Orr adds 2 more. 16-26 here at the Valley. It needed a big effort from the Tigers after John Money's Broncos battled back to take the lead.
For the Tigers, number 17,
or rather battled back to level the scores. Looked like taking the lead, but 2 tries in 4 minutes, and she's going to go home a happy young lady tonight.
I think the All will have come down from the north. But it's been a good effort also from the Tigers. They really looked out on their feet.
Oh, Eager has come up with a knock-on. Maybe it's not over yet. There's still 6 minutes remaining.
A big game as Eager definitely lost the football. They'll have to be quick, the Broncos.
Well, a try now and it'll be all on. Aaron Raper is saying lots of things to his forward colleagues. This is Tollett. And Tollett now, the ball has come out. Penalty to London. No thoughts of two, they know they need 6. Retchless again. Davis hauls them down. Glenair to Seabold.
They've got to keep it alive, and that's what they've done.
Callaway to Dooley. Good start, great defence. Dooley being forced back. And Dooley standing tall also. What a great tussle this is. Fabulous.
Sampson says, come here. No, he's got the elbow in his face. Been a real battle between those two.
This is Wharton. Oh, big hit by Bowles on Tollett. How did he hang on to that? Wharton again switches the direction of the attack. Nowhere for him to go. Castleford swarming round him in defence. Penalty.
Silly play from Fricks.
Referee allowed Wharton to take the quick tap. That's how close they are. That is the Castleford Tigers try line. Wharton furious. Here's Glenair. Now it's with Carl Hammond. Davidson. Good defence again.
Big shout for the forward pass. The official allowed it to go.
Hammond. Seabold. Fancies a chance himself. Napoli went backwards about 4 metres. Tollett, dummy half. Hammond. Glenair. Wide again. Toshak, great tackle. Campbell. Callaway spins this way. Seabold. Back to the heavy traffic. Seabold within another metre of the line. What a finish. What a game, second half. Hammond with the chip through. Collected by Haaland. And a great collective sigh of relief from the Tigers.
Just did not get the bounce there. The option was good. It bounced ever so kindly for Haaland. They applied the pressure.
Well, what a great second half this has been, and credit the Broncos for that. And also credit Castleford for digging deep on the reserves of strength and energy and having the endeavour and the spirit to get over for 2 fine tries. 3 minutes remaining. I think Castleford are going to win it now. There seems no way back for the Broncos, but what a spirited second half it's been. Big kick downfield will be collected by Dom Peters.
Another good kick and chase. It really does put so much pressure on the opposition. They've got to keep turning around. Both sides, they must be out on their feet now.
They must be.
The pace of this second half, non-stop. That's back to 6 for the Broncos.
Yes, it's play on and it's back to 6. Bradford have beaten the Giants 48-20, so they march on. Behind them, the race is developing for those spaces in the playoffs. And Castleford will do their chances no harm with this victory. But what will it do to London's? That's a lovely neat kick. Napoli's after this from Hammond. Napoli, he had support inside him from Glenair. A flying tackle from Flowers. They're still not done. Hammond, Tollett, forced in the corner, but it's a try.
No doubt about it, he gets it down. I don't think he'll even go for the video.
He won't, he hasn't, and Tollett's got the 4. Tollett gets the try.
Quick thinking. It went back to 6. Glenair on the blind side. Hammond, combination. Just sucked in Michael Egan enough. And Tollett squeezes in for a vital try. Have they got the time remaining to pull off a magnificent shot win if they can do it?
Well, Brett Wharton's got to kick this goal. I don't think John Money believes they have the time. Wharton tries to drift the ball towards the post. He's missed it. It's 20 points to the Broncos, but 26 to Castleford. And the important statistic is how long do we have left? And it's less than a minute. so don't expect any heroics here from Castleford. This will be a deep kick into the Broncos territory, and Castleford are strolling up to the halfway. Referee stops the clock, so 40 seconds remain.
Well, it should be a deep kick and a quick chase. Kelly all saying, make sure you're behind me. They all are.
Right.
Throw caution to the wind. Kick and chase.
Glenn does that over the top. Mather swallows it up. It was a poor kick. That, I think, is curtains for the Broncos. No heroics now, certainly from Castleford.
Up the jumper time. Raper will know it.
15 seconds remain. Aaron Raper takes the next tackle from Tulson Tollett. Listen, the Tigers counting down to 2 priceless Super League points. There's the full-time siren. Stuart Raper. Well, that, I think, picture tells its own story. A big blow, a big sigh of relief. 26 points to 20. The Castleford Tigers have won here in the London Broncos' own backyard. 5 tries to 4. The narrowest of wins. And it will, after all, be a happy journey home for the Tigers tonight, back to the jungle. Stuart Raper. Well, he said last night, what a wonderful marketing and promotional exercise this had been throughout the course of the week in Castleford. But there was no point having all that hard work off the field and then making a meal of it on the field. They've scraped home 26 points to 20. It sets up a lovely clash now next Friday against the Bradford Bulls. They were shocked to their Tiger roots, but they've hung on for a priceless win. Well, had London played in the first half the way they performed in the second, we might be reporting a slightly different result here tonight, but the Castleford Tigers have won by 26 points to 20, and the man of the match who goes home this evening with the Tissot watch is the Tigers standoff Danny Orr, who kicked 3 goals. Here he is, talking to Angela Powers.
Danny Orr, man of the match, here's your prize.
Thank you, thanks to Tissot.
Well, what a game that was.
Yeah, we started off well. As defence were very poor, I thought, in the second half. We were getting too many soft tries. And it's a game that we should have won, but a lot more comfortable.
And that crowd really must have helped you, because they lifted you, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It's a great crowd, but at the end of the day, it's down to us. You know, the crowd don't win the game. Like I said, we should have won that game a lot more comfortable. We've got a lot of hard work to do.
Moving on to Stuart Raper, there must have been some tense moments there.
Yeah, very tense, and Danny's right. There is going to be a lot more hard work. You know, we need to improve a lot more, a lot better than that. To we've got Bradford on Friday to compete with them. We must make sure that we play better than that, and the defence has to improve. And but the 2 points was what we came in to get, and we got it, thankfully.
And there were a couple of mistakes in there that you seemed to make, and it was hard to keep a grasp of the ball sometimes, but it came together near the end.
Yeah, our discipline let us down a bit, and that was disappointing. And I'm going to give it to the guys this week again about that, because I thought I was very disappointed, and they should be disappointed with themselves. And although there was a lot going on today, and all the supporters, we really had to focus well. But I've got to give them a plug. Thanks to the Jungle, they did a great job today.
Tracy Sheard from West Yorkshire is off to the grand final on October the 14th. She chose Danny Orr as the man of the match, and so too did the London coaching staff. Well, what a night for Castleford, but poor old London, they have come up with another narrow defeat. Wonder what the reaction is of their coach, John Money.
John Money, you asked for passion in that second half and you got it, but maybe not quite enough?
No, I think we lacked in the brains department. We did some dumb stuff, and we really beat ourselves. We've got to be a smarter football team than that, and we've got to work harder next week, eliminate some of those mistakes, and front up again and win a game next week.
You must have the confidence of knowing that your team is so close to being able to do it so regularly.
Oh well, it comes down to the players using their heads as well as their bodies, and it's a tough game we play. They're a top 5 side. They played pretty well, and we matched them most of the day. But when it came to where it really counted, we're kicking balls out in the full and that sort of stuff. So as I said, you know, for the players, keep their heads up. We'll win a game next week. Thank you.
Well, we're now at the midpoint of the season. That's the way the table looks. Bradford are up there on top, 24 points. Points difference better than St Helens. Tucked in a point behind Wigan. Then there's a 5-point gap to the winners here tonight, the Castleford Tigers, and Hull. They make up the top 5, but the race is developing behind Hull for the other places in the playoffs. Fantastic first half of the season. Great second half of the season to come. And London, Steve-O, are they out of it now?
I think you'd have to say it was a disappointed John Mooney, wasn't it? But at least he had something to build on, because that second half performance was exceptional. They got their defences right, even though this one here, look at this, Peters, what a great tackle on John Wells. And that just showed the difference from the Broncos when they came out and they really started to move this ball around. They were very lethargic in the opening 15-20 minutes of this game, but it looked at this point, but what an effort from Wharton. Poor defence from Castleford gave the opportunity, Carl Hammond, the skipper, in. And it was just a matter of, could the Tigers hang on? But what a wonderful run from Retchless. Eager took the dummy. Did he ever? John Mather couldn't track him down. And as I mentioned in the commentary, Retchless, that was a wonderful in and out. Many a winger would have been pleased about that. But full credit to them. They came through. And Mather just squeezed in. This was just before his leg hit the whitewash, no doubt about it. And then a man who I thought really impressed throughout the game when he came off the bench, Tonks, but maybe slightly forward, who knows? He wasn't hanging around to find out. Referee in a good position, Tonks scores, and merely a consolation that set it up. Beautiful play by Hammond. Tollett squeezed in at the corner. It wasn't to be. Another loss to the Broncos, and as John Mooney said, Eddie, maybe next week they'll come up with a win. They've been getting closer and closer, but it is an improved performance than what we saw in the early 4 or 5 matches of the season.
Well, I was going to make that point to you. When we saw them here against Leeds, and certainly up at Wigan, they were woeful. But he's turned them round, John Mooney, and they are that far away, aren't they now, from having a winning side?
Yeah, that's a big problem, isn't it? He mentioned the fact that they do play dumb football at times, but the thing that they've got to sort out is their defensive pattern. Their defensive pattern, they just hang back. We talk about it so often that you've got to get into the faces of the opposition. They failed to do that in the 20 minutes, and to my mind, that was where London lost the game.
But Castleford, they march on in the top 5. Massive match now for them Friday at the Jungle against the Bradford Bulls.
Yes, and I think there'll be quite a few sore and, well, bruised bodies out there. It was a pretty tough encounter. You know, Dooley and Sampson, they got into each other. And it's now we've got to wait and see how much is it taken out of them. Bradford have had an easy win tonight.
And I think it will be a full house again at the Jungle, won't it?
No doubt about it. And aptly named, won't it? Jungle, maybe Tarzan, Jane, they'll all be there. They were here, so I'm sure they'll turn up in their thousands. Great effort from the Castleford fans to come all that way.
Yes, fabulous effort from them. They've turned the valley here tonight into a little mini jungle, and they're heading back up the M1 motorway in good spirits because they've won by 26 points to 20. And we see them next live here on Sky Sports, and what a game. Castleford, who are 4th, take on the league leaders, the Bradford Bulls, next Friday at 7, Sky Sports 1. Then it's the Saints against the Leeds, and this is another match of huge significance for Leeds, who really have to go to Knowsley Road and win to maintain their hopes. That's 6:30 next Sunday evening, Sky Sports 1. From Steve and me, we'll see the Tigers on the way back home tonight. Bye-bye. Retchless, oh, huge dummy! Retchless on his way down the line. Can Flowers get across to him? Retchless in and out. Retchless scores another priceless try. Danny Orr gets the pass away to